Hi friends, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create this type of digital illustration using your tablet. So if this is something that you're interested in, then you definitely want to keep on watching, and let's get right into the video. Okay, so this is a tab that I use. It's a Samsung tab. As you can see, I have so many apps on there. And then this is the stylus pen that usually comes with the tab. So you want to get yourself a tablet for this digital illustration. The next thing we're going to do is to go over to the app, right? If you check my screen, you will see the app. It's called Sketchbook Pro, like Sketchbook Pro. I'm just going to put it out there for you to see. This is the app. It's called Sketchbook Pro. So what you want to do is open that app, and then you would see the icons on top of your screen. Those icons have a few functions, and those functions are what I'll be showing you on the screen. Okay, so you want to look out for those functions on the screen of your app and understand what those functions are about. Right, so this is the sketch that we're going to be creating from scratch. I want you to stay to the end of this video because I'm going to be showing you how to generate a sketch that looks like this, which is usually called like a croquis, um, a base on which your items or your clothes will be created. Now let's go over to the items. Now let's go over to the functions rather. So close to the far end on the right, you will see, if you click on it, you will see a pencil tab for different icons, different things, like different elements that you can use for your sketch. Um, you can just play around it, different brushes, different pencils, different literally pencils and brushes that you can use for your sketches, right? But I would just tell you to measure on your brushes and your eraser for starters. The next one is your color wheel. You would see that there are like different colors that you can use, color palettes from pinks to yellow, and then you can choose what colors you want to use for your design. Yeah, now if you check further, you would find out that there's a picker, right? It looks like a pen, so once you move it around, it picks whatever color that you move it to, right? So that's like your picker. That's how it is. Wherever you move it to, it picks that color. It's called your picker. So you also want to play around with that function as well. Yeah, that's the color wheel there. And then if you check again, you would see layers, the far right as well. You would see layers, different layers where you should be doing putting the different elements of your sketch, maybe like the color or the hair or maybe the eyes and all. So each layer has to come on top of each other, right? So that you don't put all your drawings on one layer. So if there's any mistake that you have to correct, you can easily correct it. So that's what this part of the function is. It's called a part for layers, right? Now if you check the other left of your screen, you would find that there is a part for undo and redo. So I'm just going to write my name, not 2024. And if we click on that red arrow there, it undoes, right? And the green arrow redoes whatever it is that you want to do. Then the settings there is just to tweak your settings to what you want. And the last one is if you want to create new sketches, or you want to save to gallery, or you want to save your sketch, you click on that function. So that's basically what that interface is about. Now let's get into the meat of the matter. Now you see where the plus sign is. When you click on it, you see import photos. Go to import photos. I'm going to be looking for where I want to pick a croquis. Like I already downloaded a croquis from the internet, so I'm just checking my files to find the exact place where I want to choose that croquis from. So yeah, that's it. This is the folder where I have that croquis, and I'm just going to pick out that one. This is it. This is the Croquis that I downloaded, and we're going to be using this to sketch a proper illustration. So yes, this is my first layer where I have this cookie, yeah, and I'm going to select my pencil where this cursor is and go to my color wheel. Remember I showed you where to how to get to your color wheel. So I'm going to look for the brown skin tone. There is it, and I'm going to choose a particular skin tone color from the palette, which is cocoa brown, something like that. So once I choose it, my pencil turns to that color immediately. I'm going to also increase the the width of my brush to make it wider so I can cover more ground on my cookie, right? So this is what you want to do. Once you're able to get that done, then you can now start painting. So what you're going to do is to create another layer, right? Not that particular layer, not the first cookie layer. It is on that layer that you will start doing your painting, right? So paint, paint, paint. We are literally just going to be painting this cookie with our brown skin tone color. So this is what you want to do. We're just painting, right? So there are a few rules to painting your cookie. You want to ensure that you paint within the frame of your cookie. All the paint must stay within the frame. It shouldn't go out. So if you need to zoom out or zoom in, try to do that so that your paint does not go outside the outline of your sketch. Make sure that this is what you want to do, right? So keep painting and painting and painting until you are done, like fully painting just the body of the sketch. So make sure to sketch all of the parts except the face, and when you're done you should be having something like this, looking like this, right? So the next thing that we're going to be doing would be to work on the color of the hair. We want to use black, so we're going to be changing our pencil from brown to black, right? So go to the color wheel and choose your black color, right? That's the shade I'm going to be working with, the deepest shade of the black on the lower right. So once you have that, you can see the pen has changed to black. I'm going to be using the same pen I used for the body of the sketch to paint the sketch, like the hair of the cookie, black. So I'm going to be doing all that. Everywhere where you see the hair, just paint it all black. Okay, so by the time you're done, you should have something like this, right? All painted. The next thing you're going to be doing is to try to highlight the facial features like the brows, the eyes, and the lips. So we're just going to be doing that. I'm going to reduce the thickness or the sharpness of the color, that's the opacity, so that the black is not so dark, so that I can easily draw my lashes very well and my brows very well. So I'm going to just try to zoom out so that I can draw up the lashes and paint sort of like the eyes where you have like the eyeballs. I'm going to paint that aspect as well and ensure that it looks more natural, right? So where there's a black eyeball there, I'm just going to darken it up a little bit on both eyes, and that's what I'm currently doing. You want to make your cookie to look as natural as possible, so all the features that would enhance the beauty of your cookie, just do it. And if you're into makeup, fine, this is something that you would absolutely enjoy doing. So once that is done, you can also create enhance the look of the nose, maybe make it a little deeper or something. Just add a little bit more dark strokes around that nose area to further highlight the nostrils, and then you can also do a little bit of touch up around the lips. So once that is done, you want to also try to go around the lips. We're going to be adding some makeup around the lip, okay? Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is to choose our lip color. I'm just going to go to my palette and then I'm going to just choose a nice color that I feel will go to the lip. If you check, the paint, or rather the pen, has the color has changed from black to pink. I'm going to zoom closely so you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to paint the lips with the color red or pink. I think it's pink, right? So I'm painting the lower part of the lip, and I'm also going to be painting the upper part of the lip. However you want to make your lip look, just do it. I like red, and so I'm using the color red. Okay, so it's looking good, it's looking nice. The facial features are coming out nicely. I'm also going to change the lip liner from black to brown, so I will go to my color palette and then choose, look for the color, like a color brown, like something to complement the lip liner or the lipstick, right? So I'm using brown to just highlight the lip. You can see how more natural it's looking, and this is what you want to do to keep enhancing the look of your cookie. So our cookie is currently taking shape. Yeah, so the next thing I'm now going to do is to work on the face. So the face is supposed to be brown. I'm going to choose change my pen back to the color brown, which is the same color of my cookie, like the body of the cookie. So that's the next thing that we're going to work on now, the face. Always remember, I'm creating different layers for the face. Always create different layers for different features so that you can always make corrections if there's need to. So go to the picker, choose the color brown, which is the same color as we have on the body of the cookie, and then use the same pencil which we already have here to paint the face. So just zoom out, like zoom towards you closely so that you can get the facial features well. I'm also increasing the size of my brush to make it bigger so that it can cover a lot of space around the face, and then just go ahead to paint the face. Right, so you can see that the face is gradually taking shape. I'm highlighting the places that need to be highlighted with my pen, and this is what the face of my illustration is currently looking like. Looking good, right? So I've noticed that the nose is not as highlighted as it was. So I'm just going to use my picker to pick the black part and then try to highlight the nose so that it pops out more, and so that when you see the face you can see that there's actually a nose around there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a separate layer for that, for the nose. So just, if there's any mistake I can always correct it. So this is what is looking like after I have added that to the nose. Okay, our illustration is looking good. The next thing that we're going to now work on is to add depth to our cookie. With another layer, I'm going to be adding a multiplied effect to the cookie. Now, what this means is that it's going to make our sketch look more real, like a real person. And so that's what we're going to do. So click on the layer and you will see multiply. Multiply is going to make your cookie look have a 3D effect. Like it's not going to look like this anymore. So move your brush, change your brush to this other brush. It's called an airbrush, and reduce the thickness or the opacity of the brush so that is not the color is not so deep, right? So that's what I'm going to do. Just move it, reduce it a little bit, and then I'm going to start sketching. So I'm sketching the bust part to create the bust. As you can see that it's looking more rounded, it's not looking as flat as it was. So the key to using the multiplied layer or the airbrush is to just highlight areas of the body which are around the thighs where you have like shadows, to make it look real basically, right? So that's what I'm doing, just highlighting the sides of the cookie, the inner thighs, the outer arm and the inner arm. Okay, so I'm just also going to highlight the neck area where the neck bone is, so it also looks natural. And yeah, that's what it's currently looking like. You can see the effect of what the multiplied layer has done with the airbrush, how it has changed the overall look of the illustration. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to work on would be um, the face. So we're just going to add multiplied effects around the face, just the way you have like highlights and contours on your makeup around the face. This is the exact same thing that we're going to be doing wherever you feel like you need to add those shades. It's called shade, like, you know, around that the edges of the face. Just do that so that your facial features can also align with the features of the body. Okay, so we have added the shade to our illustration and you can see that it's looking really nice. The next thing we're going to do is to add light. Okay, so we're going to go back to our layer, create another layer, and once you click on that layer, we're going to find light, or that place is called add. So after multiply, you see add. So we're still using the same airbrush as we used for the multiplied effect, but this time around we are making it, we are adding light to the what's it called now, to the illustration, right? So you can see we are adding it around the mid part, the mid section of the croquis, around the thighs and the arms, around the bust area, just so that it looks even more natural. So this is the effect that you're going to have once you add light and shade to whatever illustration that you're creating, whatever croquis that you're creating. Okay, so the facial features as well, we're just going to add around the eyes, contouring and all of that stuff for makeup is just the exact same thing, trust me, to make the face even look more natural. So that's exactly what we're doing around the face. So I'm just going to finish off by shading off the white, some white. I noticed some white patches around the hair area and it wasn't making the sketch look nice. So I'm just going to get my brush, go to my pencil and try to darken those whitish spots that are around the hair to make it look even darker. So that's what I'm basically doing around here. So always look out for your sketch to see any imperfections and try to correct them. Once you are done, this is what your cookie should look like. I hope you enjoyed watching this illustration. Please don't forget to give this a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, and let us know in the comment section what content you'd really like us to put out there. And I will definitely see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.